What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to like, comment, share. Definitely watch this video to the end. I got a crazy one for y'all tonight. It get deep, so stay tuned. Let's get right into it. Houston, Texas, home of the hustlers, rappers, good food, beautiful women, and scammers. Houston has a reputation all over the world for nice whips with big rims, sipping lean, and legendary screwed up music. But as big as the city is, it's a million ways some people choose to get money. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be discussing a man named Chimene Onyeri and the attempted hit of a state judge and massive scamming scheme that ended him with life in a federal prison. Chimene was born in Houston's southwest side, the trenches, but his father was an immigrant from Nigeria. As the young man got older, he had one focus: getting money. Surrounded by hustlers, shooters, and robbers, he decided to go another route. And the new thing at the time in the streets was scamming or credit card fraud. But before this, sources allege Chimene was in the streets as well, beating a body, then turned around, beating a robbery. After being acquitted, he was looked at like a hood legend. As time went on, Chimene would use his gift of gab and people skills to build a network of scammers. His first one was recruiting associates that worked in retail, paying them to steal the card swiping machine at the end of their shifts, in which he would somehow get the card numbers from the credit cards, buy a bunch of gift cards, and encode them with credit card numbers. This allowed him and his associates to go to stores and buy things such as iPhones, iPads, and electronics to sell in the streets of Houston. This was easy because with credit cards, you only needed the number, not the PIN code. As Chimene was getting money, he also pursued a rap career, rapping about what he was doing at the time. But the young man was smart. He wanted to figure out a way to get debit card information as well. He recruited the help of a man from overseas. He flew him into Houston to show him a machine that looks just like the card input at the ATM. How it worked: you put the machine over the real ATM scanner, and before your card hit the ATM, the first machine Chimene used would already scan your card information. But the person would never know, because your cash withdrawal would still go through. He also figured out a way to get debit card pins, tapping the device with a camera right over the pin keyboard. So after getting the scanner and camera, card numbers and pins were in Chimene's possession. Things were going good. Then one day, while Chimene and an associate was riding around, the driver was going 50 miles per hour in a 60-mile zone in Rollingwood, Texas. Police pulled the men over and found 77 gift cards. Nothing crazy at the time until police realized the information was other people's and the gift cards looked like real credit cards. Chimene was set to go to court, and almost a year later, he would get a break. Charged with fraudulent use and possession of identity, Judge Julie Korerak gave him a deal, realizing the man, and on the agreement, probation and charges would be dropped if Chimene stayed out of trouble. If he violated the probation, he would be facing 2 to 4 years in prison. But while locked up a few months, Chimene would come up with a master plan and be heard on recorded jail calls telling his people they was going to get rich. Once he was home, the scheme was in effect. He figured out how to get people's identity and social security numbers and file an early tax return before the individual does, using associates that worked at different places to get the information, including a juvenile facility. But Chimene needed addresses to send the checks to. He used a tax person to make up numbers, not too much to get a big refund. Then with the gift of gab, Chimene approached mailmen, telling them he would pay them if they let him know when the checks arrived to apartments. One day, approaching a man that he didn't know at the time was a post office inspector, he ran down the whole scheme to the man, but nothing ever happened. Getting money, and with a team of people, Chimene would go to clubs, throwing hundreds, post videos on social media, looking for people to recruit, showing money, and saying he can make $40,000 a day easy. One of the things he did was pay women to dress up like Muslims, full face coverings, to go to Walmart and buy $1,000 worth of electronics in the late night, like 2 in the morning, to hide their identity. On one occasion, when Chimene took a female associate to a Walmart at 2 in the morning, he made a big mistake. Even though the lady was covered, Walmart associates felt like something wasn't right. She was buying $13,000 worth of electronics at 2 in the morning. Police came and noticed a man parked in a handicapped section in the parking lot. It was Chimene. It was late, so police asked him for his information, and Chimene received a ticket, but other than that, him and the young woman was set free with all the items. But this would put Chimene on the radar once again. Then one night at a Louisiana casino, he was arrested for suspicion with a false card. He would be arrested and released, but remember, he was on probation in Texas, and this could violate it. And facing violation charges, Chimene would go in front of the Texas judge facing prison time, but the trial was set for a later time. During this time, Chimene decided to come up with a plan to take care of the judge. Chimene enlisted the help of two homeboys and went to Austin, Texas, where the judge lived, getting a hotel with one of the fake credit cards, also going to stores, caught on surveillance buying gloves and material. While there, the three men tailed the judge, finding out her car, tag number, address, even where her son went to school at. Finally, one night, the judge and her son was going to a high school football game, but little did she know the men was there as well, and the plan was in motion. Letting her son drive back home, the judge was surprised to see a leaf bag blocking the driveway. Then when her son got out of the car to investigate, he noticed a man in all black running up with a blicky. The judge still in the car at the time, her son banged on the window to get his mother's attention, but the trigger man opened fire, hitting her 4 times and running away. Police arrived after the son called frantic, reporting the shooting. To their surprise, when they came, they realized it was a judge. The judge barely survived after 20 surgeries, but it gets deeper. One of Chimene's associates allegedly called police before the hit, warning them, but nothing happened. Then after the shooting, they called again, saying Chimene did what he said he was going to do. A few months later, him and his 2 associates were arrested. Chimene faced 17 charges, including racketeering and the attempted hit of the judge. During trial, he alleged he didn't think no one was in the car, and he just wanted to scare her. But the jury didn't buy it, and Chimene was sentenced to life in a federal prison. More of this story, a hole is only as deep as you dig it. White collar crime doesn't carry much time. Chimene was smart in the sense of scamming and getting money and knowing how to manipulate people, but ended up turning a probation violation to a life sentence. If you are trying to get money illegal, focus on the bag, not all the street activity. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, that's a crazy story, you feel me? Man, so yeah, bro was facing 2 to 4 years after he violated his probation, but he decided the judge was stopping his money, so he wanted to get her out of there, you feel me? So they trailed her, they followed her, they figured out her routine, and then finally on the night of, when he did the hit himself, he had 2 people with him, but they was the drivers, you know what I mean? But somehow she survived, you feel me? And he got life in a federal prison, man. Crazy, but y'all already know, man. This is another episode of Hood Tales. Be sure to like, comment, share. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love y'all, fam. I'm out.